Hello everybody, Madam Thanatos here. Kind of laughing as I went to push play or record on this. The clock said 4:11 for them, so that's funny. Synchronicity, things going on. You know, it's funny, there's a lot of energy going on, but what I really wanted to pop on and talk about is one of the ways that Spirit speaks to us, which is often through synchronicities. And if you listen to Abraham Hicks at all, you can, she'll talk about, or they'll talk about how you want to get into what's called receptive mode, to where you're in alignment with your inner being and you're feeling grateful and joyful and you feel inspired to do something. And oftentimes we don't listen to that, like we'll say like, like there you get a little voice that says, go for a walk. And you're like, no, I gotta do the laundry, and I gotta mow the lawn, I gotta do this and that, and we don't listen to it. But then when we get into receptive mode, we kind of get into that, what I call embrace the absurd energy, which is like, you know what, why don't I get up and go for a walk? I can throw the laundry in real quick, the lawn can wait, 10 minutes, even if I enjoy the walk and it's like an hour, what's the big deal with that, And then what happens is we go on the walk, and then maybe we find a feather. Maybe we listened to a reading early on that talked about how we would find that exact color of feather. Maybe when we decide to walk, we decide that we'll actually walk up to a park nearby and we run into a friend that we haven't seen in forever. Or we walk up to a store and we run into our divine masculine or divine feminine. Or maybe we decide we will send that message. Or we will speak up about something, or we will do that weird back burner chore that we've been letting sit there forever. Or, you know what, maybe I will just get out of bed since I can't sleep anyways, and then oh look, Fiery Grace or Divine Maverick or any number of wonderful readers is online channeling out some energy that we needed to hear, right? It's funny. I'm even noticing, like right next to me, it's kind of hard to see, but I'm noticing a little garden spider, a little orb weaver. Just funny considering how the sun is like sitting as this like orb behind me. But yeah, I wanted to talk about that with manifestation. It's something that I had wanted to talk more about when I first started this channel, and something that Spirit told me to get into talking more about, especially when separation started. And it's funny because it was that little voice that I kept hearing and I just wasn't ready to do it quite yet. And then I did start doing one. My youngest son, I love doing little videos with him. Kids are so connected to Spirit and Source, and they teach me so many things. And what's unfortunate is that I can't do like just a regular video with comments open and stuff like that if my kiddos are in it. I'm not even sure if this one will be allowed to have comments because I talked about them. But I did a video, well, I think I did a Facebook video about, he said to me one day, we were in the car with his brother and we were just listening to music on the radio, and out of nowhere he says, I know something about manifestation, which is funny. I mean, I do talk about it, but at his age, it's a little strange for him to just like out of nowhere be showing that he's thinking about that. And he told me that he realized that manifesting was kind of like driving a trailer with a truck. Like, say you're going to do a dump run, or you've got like, say, a U-Haul trailer on the back. Now, he knows, through his dad and I, that with a trailer, sometimes it can hit a bump, or it might fishtail, or move in some way that you don't really want it to, and that what you're supposed to do is keep driving forward, and just have faith that it will even out. And he says that's what manifesting is. That's what you got to do. You just got to keep driving, because you don't want to turn left, you don't want to turn right, because then you'll tip the trailer over or knock it off, or it'll fishtail even more. You just want to keep on driving straight. And it's so funny because those are just magic moments. It's so simple. And yet, I mean, that's what's funny. That's what Spirit tries to show us. That's what the gurus try to show us, is that really we tend to overcomplicate things so much. And something happened today, and it was one of those moments where I got to explain to him another element of manifestation, and that felt like it's funny. It felt, one, like it's great to be able to share that with him and being so young and knowing that it'll help make his life a whole lot easier as he grows up. And two, I kind of can't wait for that moment when he describes it back to me in some simple new way that I never would have thought of. That's quite amazing. And the thing that happened, I figure somebody's going to recognize how it happens in their lives and figure out how to replicate it sort of in that receptive mode. So what happened was he wanted to make a mask. And he decided to come down and pick out a cardboard box that he was going to use for it. And he picked a funny one. It had a cutout in the front and not as many flat spaces as I would have thought, but I've learned keep my mouth shut. You know, there's reasons why things happen that way sometimes. And I thought he was going to make a different mask, like a big cosplay mask, and it turns out he just wanted to do one that would just fit over his face and then kind of draw in and cut what the character would look like. And so I noticed on this box when I said, okay, let's put it over your head and see what parts would be best to cut out, and it turned out that the side of the box that had the handle was perfectly spaced to have the mouthpiece, and it matched very closely to the character of mask he's making. And I guess it's Enid from FNAF. I don't know. But then it had perfect amount of room, not just for the face features, but extra for his head. And I told him, I said, you're a really good box picker. And I kind of assumed that he had done it for that. And he goes, well, that's funny because I didn't pick it for that spot on the box. I thought we'd use the bottom or the back. And I said, but see, that's why you're still a good box picker, because you weren't wrapped up in the thoughts like I was, like about how, oh, this box would be better than that box or anything. You went with what you thought was going to be just the best. Sorry about that. He just came over. So, funny thing is, that piece of the box ended up being perfect, and I told him, I said, that's, you know, you didn't worry about, you know, what the box's imperfections were. You just went over and said, I like that box, it's got some good spaces, and you picked it. And then, even though you were picking it for the bigger, flatter spaces, because you weren't so picky and you just were receptive to it, you ended up with a box with the perfect pieces on it. And he smiled and laughed. I love that he understands things like that. And I love these moments because I can come on and I know... I learned some time ago that you never knock teaching what you know, even if it seems like such a simple concept, because we were all at a place where we had to learn to tie our shoes and how to ride a bike and how to say, hello, will you be my friend? Like, we all had to learn that stuff. So there's always somebody somewhere that is getting to this step. And so, as simple as it is, remembering that when you're manifesting, it's like driving a truck with a trailer. It's that simple. Keep driving. Keep steering forward. Don't be staring backwards and trying to worry about what's going on with the trailer. Just drive forward. You know that you tied it down really well when you left. That's all you got to remember. And remember that things are always unfolding in a beautiful way that'll probably be even better than you expected. And if you can get to that place of building that sort of faith in yourself and the divine and your divine masculine or feminine and everybody, even the people that you've had no faith in, like, give them grace and have faith in them too, and you'll see some amazing things happen. And then you'll probably be doing some sort of videos or writing on your own that'll help more people, and together we change the world this way. So today, think about faith in embracing the absurd. Alright, thanks so much for watching these videos, liking and subscribing, and let me know if you have specific questions. I'm going to try to do some more videos targeted at specific questions that I've been hearing in other live chats.